The sun and the moon affect many things. The sun affects our energy, the moon affects our mood. Sometimes we block our own blessings. What do I mean by that and how? Well, sometimes your lack of faith and lack of appreciation causes you to foresee the manifestation of lack. As the moon is responsible for the tide, the gravitational pull of the tide, and as we, especially as women, but as people in general, are in alignment with the moon through our mood and our emotion and the water within us. The moon doesn't only affect the oceans, it affects all the bodies of water. All right? Of any and all celestial bodies, that which we are. So, when you complain or feeling in lack, that's what you will foresee. When you lack faith and especially gratitude, well, the tides will be dry. You will foresee that. It's funny how the word play is in alignment with water, whether it's our relationships, okay, friendships, memberships, and just different things like that, as well as things like our bank and currency. You hear the wordplay in alignment with the flow of water, but a lot of people don't know how it goes hand in hand. See, energy and water are like twins. They pretty much do the same thing, but in different realms, like parallels, So the water affects the flow of our emotions. Energy affects the flow of our, I guess, passion and energy, So, and that which comes from the sun, okay? So the sun is the energy, the moon is the water, okay? As I've already stated. So if your energy is off due to feeling lack and not having faith and trust in the return of the tides and the rise and the fall of the water and our bank, especially in the realms of like currency in the material world, right? When you lack the understanding and appreciation and faith in that, and you allow what you see in this material world to be how you respond, be responsible for how you respond, well, then you'll stay stagnant and in lack a little longer until you shift your perspective and until you start doing the internal work to foresee the manifestations due to your faith. So walking around feeling broke due to for not seeing any currency in your bank, keep your riverbank dry. But having faith and understanding that the fall of the tide and the low tides are temporary, and continuing to keep your energy high, your vibrations high, and your emotions high, well, the sooner you know it, so will the currency, so will your abundance, so will your bank account, because it's a reflection of your mind, your body, and your spirit, especially your faith. I don't know who needs to hear it right now, but just because the tide is dry right now and it looks low and there's no flow, it doesn't mean that it's not going to rise again. You need to rise up and understand that. You need to fix your energy. You need to, and tap into your faith, tap into the trust, tap into the records. God never keeps us in a position of lack or, sometimes what we see is just him testing us to see if we know his record. We know, the scoreboard. Okay, everything ain't always going to be up, but how you going to act when it's not? How you going to act when it's temporarily down? Okay, are you going to stand 10 toes? Okay? Or are you going to turn up your nose to the one who keeps the lights on? Okay? You got to know that you embody source. You embody it. So whether or not you see it is in you. These tests and these shifts are necessary to keep you in alignment, to keep you, rooted in spirit, to keep you rooted in your faith. Imagine if we didn't have that balance, if we didn't have different seasons and shifts, right? Imagine just being full of water and energy all the time. You would burn out. You would burn a fuse. We have to be mindful of that. These vessels can't handle consistent flow of both all the time. That's just not natural, and you wouldn't survive. So you got to appreciate the seasons and the rise and the fall of the tides, and understand and appreciate and trust and know that it's temporary. So continue to stay full spiritually in your faith. This is a download that I received and was sharing with my son, and just teaching him how to appreciate just the different shifts and seasons where it might look like he's not getting what he wants, or we're all not getting what we want, but to stay rooted in the track record, to understand that there's other things we can do in this time while it looks like the tides are low. But just know when God opens up the flow that we're going to eat like never before. And we'll just be so much more grateful. Okay? But it's always good to have a ritual and have other things to do, other options while we wait, while we fast. Right? Because sometimes we get greedy and gluttonous and used to being up all the time. And the times where things are looking like they're dry, maybe that's a sign to rest or do some other things, But one of the main things you should do is keep your faith. I love y'all. That's the message. Join the Sacred Circle on esotericgal.com for more downloads, more insight, foresight, and spiritual guidance, counsel, coaching, master classes, and more. We have everything you need for you to elevate, transform, and ascend spiritually. Become a holistic, mindful millionaire. Join the tribe. Peace and love.